My name is Kathy Baumgardner-Hetrick, and Steve Philippi and I undertook a very large project this year of the 250th anniversary of Palmyra. We have decided to do some oral histories of people who have lived in Palmyra. Most of them are over the age of 80 or 85, and we asked them to tell us their story about Palmyra so that we could put together a DVD that you're going to watch now that has the stories of Palmyra based on the people who have lived here. We hope you enjoy it. We've had a fun time doing it, and we think you'll learn a lot about Palmyra and the history of Palmyra through the stories of Palmyra.
I'm Clifford Mark. So I was born and raised in Palmyra up in 432 West Main Street, close to what used to be the Henry's Furniture Store. And of course I graduated from Palmyra High School. I lived really a life of opportunity. And I say that because I had a high school education, but I took advantage of almost every opportunity that came along. And as time went on, I'm already up to 1949 when we were married. And as we went on, my King Cup moved to Reading, and then I moved on and went to Salsers. But in the meantime, I served on Borough Council for 16 and a half years, and then Mayor Montesano passed away, and so they appointed me mayor to fill out his term. So I filled out his term, and then I ran for 4 years, and that was the story of my life as far as going politically.
Well, now, what were the years that you were mayor?
I was mayor from 83 to 90.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And what were the things that took place, well, from the time you were on council through your mayorship as well, what were the types of things that took place in Palmyra? What were the changes that took place?
Well, I went in council in '67, and at that time we bought the Borough Hall, which was at that time was the American Legion, Palmyra American Legion. And we bought that, and we renovated.
And where was the Borough Hall before that?
Down at Kreider's Mansion, which is down across from the, I believe it's Dutch Diner. It used to be not Dutch Diner, Dutch Motels. You know what I mean?
On Main Street.
Yeah, and it used to be there, and then we went back to then the library moved in there, and so that was an exciting time. American Legion, and of course they built theirs down at the end of town. But those 16 years, when you're in council, you make the ordinances or the laws, and when you're mayor, well, it's up to you to see that the police department and the law is followed through. And now I might add that when they make those laws, the mayor always has the option to veto it, and I did veto one.
Oh.
Yeah, I did, and but they can override it with 2/3 majority, but they couldn't override it. So I don't mind telling you what it was.
I was going to say, are you going to share that with us?
Yeah, I'll share that with you. Some thought that if you had a business in the back streets, you could put a sign out in Main Street. Now, when I wrote my veto, I expressed myself that that would be too many signs on a Main Street. You had to give a reason why you vetoed it, and so the veto held up. But basically, you're over the police department, and you see that the ordinances are followed through. The council really develops a lot of the ordinances in the borough.
Well, tell us about Salsers.
Harvey Salsers started the Bologna Company in 1902. So that would make it 108 years old.
I didn't realize they were 108 years old.
Yes.
So when we talk about the history of Palmyra, in the past 100 years, Salsers was there.
Yes,
the whole time.
Well,
and it looks like the future is good too.
Well, that's the oldest industry in Palmyra today. I'm not too sure it'd be one of the top in Lebanon County. I mean, there's certainly some others around. Not too many of them. For 108, that's a long time.
That is a long time.
Long time. And I think we can all be proud of that. Going back to that, I'd like to tell you about the story, and I think I told the senior citizens about that. During the war, when the meat was tight, Harry Baker had a store up in West Main Street, and he lived across the street from the boiler company, and of course when he saw the smoke went up, well then he knew that they had blown us, so he'd go over there and place his order in, and so did everybody else, but they got about, maybe, didn't even get half of what they ordered, you know. And
Because he was the first one to
yeah,
get it.
yeah. But that's just the way it was, and you had, you know, food stamps and everything, but that's the way it was. But he saw the smoke go up, he lived there, he knew he could get something.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting because there were a lot of changes
Yes.
in those 108 years.
Oh, yes.
A lot of changes.
A lot.
During the Depression, it was a lot different company
Yeah.
than it is today.
Yeah.
Okay, we're just about ready to wrap up, and I want to thank you. But is there one significant memory of Palmyra that sticks out in your lifetime?
I think the whole memory of Palmyra sticks out because I never forgot where I came from, and I never will. And I love Palmyra, I always did. I always come back. I want to thank you. This is the 5th time I was over here this year, and I want to thank you for having me.
Well, you're welcome, because we appreciate all the time and effort you've given to the 250th.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I appreciate everything you people done. I mean,
We had a good committee.
yes, it did.
Yeah, we had a good
Very active committee, yes.
Oh, thank
And I'm
you.
very pleased with that because you never know what 25 years is going to come. I won't be here for that, by the way.
Who knows if I'll be here either, so we're going to have to leave it in Steve's
Yes.
hands.
Okay.
Okay.